How did the Romans siege Masada? Imagine a fortress high on a desert cliff, surrounded by steep rocks and almost impossible to conquer. That's Masada, a symbol of Jewish resistance and faith. Now, how did the Romans manage to take such a stronghold? Let's find out. The Roman siege of Masada happened around 72 to 73 AD during the Jewish revolt against Roman rule. The Romans, led by Lucius Flavius Silva, wanted to crush the Jewish rebels hiding there. They brought a large force, about 10,000 to 15,000 men, including soldiers from the 10th Legion and auxiliary units. Their goal was to surround and break through the fortress's defenses. First, the Romans built a massive wall called a circumvallation around the base of the mountain. This wall was about 10 to 12 feet high and stretched roughly for 1,000 yards around the mountain. Its purpose was to prevent anyone from escaping or bringing supplies inside. They also set up 8 fortified camps around Masada to house their troops and guard all possible approaches. Since the western side of Masada was the easiest to access, the Romans focused on building a huge siege ramp there. This ramp was a long, steep path made of earth and stones, built by moving thousands of tons of material up the mountain over several months. The Jewish defenders inside kept firing projectiles at the workers, trying to stop the construction, but the Romans kept going. Once the ramp was finished, the Romans used a large siege tower with a battering ram to attack the fortress walls. The defenders had built a secondary wall made of wood and earth, which absorbed some of the battering ram's blows. But the Romans set fire to this wooden wall with flaming torches, weakening the defenses. Strong winds helped spread the fire, making it easier for the Romans to break through. On the final day, the Romans finally breached the walls and entered Masada. But they found the fortress eerily quiet. The Jewish rebels, led by Eleazar ben Yair and members of the Sicarii sect, had chosen to die rather than be captured. They had committed mass suicide, killing each other and burning their supplies to deny the Romans any spoils. Only a few women and children survived to tell the story. Masada is more than just a fortress. It's a powerful symbol of Jewish faith and resilience. The Roman siege works, like the circumvallation wall and the siege ramp, are some of the best preserved examples of ancient military engineering. Today, Masada stands as a reminder of the struggle for freedom and the tragic costs of war. Its architecture, from Herod's luxurious palace to the Roman siege constructions, helps us understand the history of faith, conflict, and human perseverance.